Perspective. I'm your host, Juicebox, and we've got one of your other hosts here. If you don't mind introducing yourself.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Ray. Um, Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, just to let everyone know where you're based out of.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know if you have your mic off or not, but yeah, Ray's joining us from Atlanta.
yeah.
If you just want to, give us a little info about yourself, just so the listeners know who they're listening to.
Sure. Right now, I don't really want to say my age, but like I'm 39. I like reading manga. Um, you know, I'm currently working hard trying to get into IT field.
All right, yeah, that works as an intro. So, basically, we got a couple hot topics. Well, I guess they're lukewarm in a sense, but they might heat up. Just what we've got on topic today. I think
Okay.
what we want to start off with is basically how far are we in the dark tournament right now for Yu Yu Hakusho? Like, pretty sure like it's a second episode or so.
Yeah.
Yusuke still asleep.
Yeah. He wakes up in the next episode and whatnot. But we're basically just getting started with the Dark Tournament. They're fighting the first team. I forgot what the name of it. Rokoku. I think their team
Rukoyoku?
name. Rokoiku. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's got that a flame user, someone that a rival Hiei.
But like I forgot the matches and whatnot and everything. So to see it again, it's pretty nice.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely be what do you call it? Very, very interesting to watch. So far, I think right now the episode we left off on was the kid with the yo-yos. I totally forget
Yeah,
his name. Versus Kubara.
yeah, yeah. That's the one. I think that's his name, Rokoiku.
Let's just take a look here. Yeah, because honestly, the way that Kuwabara is fighting that guy, it honestly frustrates me every single time I'm watching that episode. Because it's like, come on, you can't come into a tournament and not take this demon kid seriously just because he's playing pranks and whatever. I think the kid that Kuwabara is fighting off against is Rinku. I think that's his
Okay,
name. Yeah,
Rinku.
because
Okay, cool.
yeah. Yeah, and then they've
Okay.
got because it two people I think visited them earlier on in the episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it
I
was
don't.
like
I wonder if the guy that uses fire. I wonder if he's like the ringleader, the
I,
team leader. I guess.
I think so. I'm not too sure. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this is also the one where Kurama Kurama really gets seriously injured. Because he's forced to not fight for whatever reason. I think
Mm.
it's in the next few episodes, but I'm pretty sure he just stands there and gets his ass handed to him until he plants the seed that I forget what type of the devil plant or whatever inside himself.
Oh, I kind of remember that moment later because like he had turned into a fox, and it was down to last minute, and the plant he planted just killed the other guy. I could
Yeah,
be spoiling it, but yeah.
I haven't watched the episode, so we'll definitely have to watch it this upcoming Friday.
Hmm.
Listeners, you guys can jump in to the Discord at Law of One if you guys want to watch a couple episodes with us. We're watching it every single Friday. Again,
Yep.
the Discord server is Law of One. We will post the link eventually in the what do you call it, podcast notes, so that way everyone else can join in. But yeah, dude, I'm not too sure what else we have on the menu because I know we've earlier on we went through a lot of other animes just trying to watch with the group. Um, like we watched Ninja Scroll. I think we watched that completely like 2 summers ago or something, and then we were watching Basilisk, but I don't know what happened with that.
We were?
Yeah,
Oh
we were.
damn.
Yeah, we were watching Basilisk. I know that Shantae is kind of no, she just doesn't like the gore at all. So anything like super gory and bloody and whatnot is kind of off the table if we're gonna be watching as a group and she's gonna be jumping in. Um,
Yeah.
that was something pretty amusing. I don't know, I forget what it was that I'd put on and we didn't even realize it was that gory and it's comes on and there's body parts flying and all that stuff and she's jumping all over the place and
Yeah.
screaming. Do you remember what it was? I'm pretty sure you were there.
With Basilisk?
It
No,
wasn't
but
it
I
wasn't
do.
Basilisk. No, there was it was a different show.
Oh, I do remember that time we saw a kung fu. You put on a kung fu movie, and she was
Yes,
freaking out
yeah,
because,
yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, Kung Fu movie.
oh man, she freaked out. And I just knew it was. I was like, yes. She's like, I was like, crap.
It was some good stuff. I forget the name of the movie too. That's the sad part. It might be in the chat notes.
Um,
Um,
I
for
believe it. The night comes for us.
okay, yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it was a Thai movie, I believe.
Yes. Or
Yeah, a Thai movie about the corrupt, the corrupt, the two friends or whatever. One goes to the dealers and one goes to the corrupt cops, and
yeah.
then the cop guy goes in.
I think
Sorry,
it's Malaysian. It's like in the
it might be yeah,
same. It, the
Southeast
same
Asia.
people. Yeah, the same people who made the raid made it.
Okay, okay. So it's yeah, so then it's in that part of the world, but it is a very well written movie. And the fact that it's not it doesn't have that happy ending that you normally
No,
end up
none of
seeing.
the movies like that have a happy ending. It's just the hero, and he's like worn out, and he's like, "I'm done. I'm so done." Because like in both Raid 1 and 2, that's how it was. Like the guy, killed damn near killed everybody, and he just walking away like, "Man, I'm sick of this shit. I'm going home."
Yeah, pretty much, man. Speaking of like powerful movies and stuff though, like one series I do have to watch over again is the Equalizer movies. Um those are some movies with Denzel Washington that I've only seen them like maybe once or twice, so I don't remember them too well, but they were some great movies from the little that I do remember. So that
Equalizers.
yeah, the Equalizer, that's some great shit. That you want to see someone get fucked up by like a retiree and not retiree in a disrespectful sense, but someone that's been out of the game for a while. They're just living their peaceful life. They don't want to fuck with anyone. They're just doing what they want to, what they is peaceful for them. And then they got to get pulled back into that shit. That's a dangerous type of motherfucker. Someone
Yeah,
who doesn't want to have to do it anymore, but will.
you're right. Absolutely right. Like, I'm so sick of this shit. Oh, all y'all got to go. That's why they're so dangerous, because it's like their motivation is, how can I solve this problem quickly so I can get back on with my life? Because I'm just sitting here chilling with a beer in hand, and now I gotta go back and fight all over again? No, sir.
Exactly.
No, sir.
It's like I was done with this 30 years ago.
Exactly. Yep.
But yeah,
Yep.
and yeah, I haven't seen past John Wick 2, I don't think.
It's same. Same. I
So
haven't seen like the last. I haven't really sat down and watched 2, 3, or 4. I just remember 1, and 1 impressed me enough. I have seen both raids though. Oh yes, both raids were excellent.
I don't think I've seen that movie or either one of
What?
them.
What? You gotta see The Raid. The Raid pretty much is like the best modern kung fu movie to date.
Now you're saying the raid as in RAID?
Yes, The
Okay.
Raid.
All right.
RAID.
Yeah, I'll
One
put
and two.
I'll put that on the to watch list there because honestly, there haven't been a lot of movies that have caught my eye lately. I know like it's overdone and heard like everyone's you hear it all the time. It's people saying that
Yeah.
Marvel has taken over the cinematic universe, blah blah blah. Like all that's coming out is Marvel movies, and it's not really the fact that that's the only ones that are coming out. It's more so that people forget to pay attention to the indie filmmakers and like the smaller venues, right?
Right. And any other genre for that matter.
Exactly.
If you ask me, Tenet, I haven't even seen it, but the concept of it and what I seen on YouTube, the total concept of it blew my mind away. It was probably way better than Endgame or Infinity War or whatever.
Um,
Because like,
I like Tenant. I really
go
like
ahead.
Tenant. That was no. You're kind of on the money on that one. In terms of enjoyment because it was something different. The way that the movie was set up and the whole premise, it was very enjoyable compared to like the usual stream of superhero movies that we've been inundated by. But no,
Right.
Tenet is a really great one. You're gonna have to watch it a couple of times at least to like really get the flow of things. But
I don't know. Because like I saw Inception for the first time,
yeah,
like years back, and I figured out, oh, it's just a plot hole. Okay. It's just it basically set it up the ending to where to make you think, oh, is he dreaming or whatnot? And it's like, oh, okay, whatever. I never really bothered to go back and try to figure out if he was dreaming or not. Gonna end it. Figures. Okay.
yeah, it's like they
But like
left just
everybody
enough.
had like overhyped it, like, oh, you gotta watch it 5 to 6 times to try to figure out the story. Nah, man. When I was in high school, I watched Perfect Blue and I got it right the first time. I was like, ooh, this is good. Wow, Perfect Blue. That shit. I don't think it's gory, but
That stuff that was a messed up anime. Perfect Blue is not something you want to watch if you got some troubles on your mind. Like I feel like a lot of the animes, like the psychological ones that we ended up watching when we were younger,
mm-hmm.
you gotta be in a certain mind frame to like properly process them. Otherwise, like that shit really strikes on you, you know.
Yeah,
But it's really good, really well written stories, and that's the best thing about it.
right. You absolutely right.
One anime that I did enjoy, I don't think a lot of people ended up watching it, but was Nadia of the Blue Water.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was like when I was living in Puerto Rico with my dad, there was a video store. Uh fuck, I forget where in Old San Juan. So we'd have to like go all the way through the city and all that shit. And then basically park on the side street and go into like some house looking area or house
Mm,
looking building, and then it was just a big open space of like like hundreds of movies, if not at least several thousand, because like there was a back section with like all the hentai and just Japanese porn,
yeah.
animated porn. It was massive. Like there was so many titles I saw on there, and I was only like maybe how around like 11,
Oh, okay.
10, 11. So I'd gone looking for like just regular anime, like some Dragon Ball Z, some Yu Yu Hakusho. What else was I watching at the time? Escaflowne was really big at the time. I remember
Yeah.
for my likes, and I'm going back there and I'm looking for some anime I'd never seen, and then bam, it's just a fucking wall of hentai with tentacles and girls. put up on crosses and all this shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And
Yeah.
that image has always stuck in my head for like for all these years, right? But
Yeah.
going back to that store, that's where Nadia of the Blue Water, where I first, my dad first rented it for us, and I watched it with my sisters, and that was a very very interesting anime because it kind of tied in with some of the classic stories that you might have heard about and potentially read as a kid, like the
Mhm.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It was really
Mm.
tied in with that particular story, and that was one of my favorite novels growing up too, because it's all about like deep sea adventures and giant squid and you know, a submersible that's unknown to the world, stuff like that. It was a really intense story. It's actually something that I should pick up and read again, but if you ever have time, yeah, that's a anime you should take a look
Okay.
at.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think they have it on Anime Network right now. Speaking of which, um, I did find some information about how to watch and gain access to a lot more anime, um, without pirating. So it's very legal.
Okay. Cool.
Just give me a
'Cause-
second. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it
all
up
right.
and share it here for you because the only thing that was suggested is you use a VPN just so there's no issues. Um, but otherwise, like they have titles of anime that I have only seen in like what do you call it? In overseas posts.
Okay.
And
Cool.
now, granted, I'm in Canada, so like shit's we're not allowed to have shit at all, almost. But
I understand. I understand. Um. Yeah. We got to figure out because like the way we're going through something new to watch.
yeah, that's true. Well, we still got a lot of episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho left. Like, because after the Dark Tournament, then
It's the chapter black,
yeah, and then there's
and
still
then they go to
another.
and then they go into demon world.
Yeah, so we still have lots of episodes left. But
Yeah.
yeah, we should start discussing something that we should start watching after this one. I know that we Shante was got us to watch Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time.
Mm.
Extreme etchy. So I don't know. We can continue to watch that in the interim. Because that was pretty humorous.
Maybe I didn't really sit down and watch it. It like I was good, I guess. Yu Yu Hakusho though, classic. Like when we get to the demon, I'm probably gonna break off and cry because it reminded me of the time my grandmother used to wake me up at 5 in the morning just to catch it.
Oh, nice. It
Hmm.
was on that early, eh?
Yeah, Toonami.
Yeah, we didn't
Because like,
have Toonami. Well, I only had Toonami when I was in Puerto Rico, but when we had our anime, it was always late night, so we didn't have anything early in the mornings.
oh well, I think because like back when Toonami was on the air, they played Yu Yu Hakusho and whatnot for a while, but then afterwards they moved it all the way to the end of the schedule, and I was like, shit. So like I had to wake up at like 5 in the morning just to catch it.
That's pretty
Wow.
intense, man. That's
Yeah.
pretty intense.
Shout
Okay,
out to
so
you, Grandma. I love you. You made sure I got to watch my episodes.
yeah, shout out to Ray's grandma,
Rest in
making
peace,
sure
Grandma.
that's right. Rest in peace, grandma. Making sure Ray got his daily anime dose. So the what do you call it? The app I was actually talking about is called Streamio, Stremio, and
Okay.
recommended with like the Mulvad VPN. I haven't tried that VPN out, so I'll let you guys know if I do end up trying it. But the guy who was recommending it, he's also in the investment group. Just talking about like
Group.
kids. Yeah, the one, the investment group, the one that we're all in. So it's basically, he's got like Kitsu Anime and Torrentio and Pirate Bay add-on on there, but like there's a whole, there's all the other anime add-ons that you can find within that app. So I'm gonna give it a try and see if I can get access to even more anime. Because if that's the case, then that's something we could do.
Yeah, sweet.
Watch that really new anime and see whether it's worth it or not. Because
Yeah,
there's so much out right now, and it's like you can either catch up on the backlog of anime you didn't have access to when you were growing up, or you can try and keep up with all the new stuff that's coming out now.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna be real selective because, like, I don't have much. I don't dedicate much time to watching anime like I used to back when I was
yeah,
younger.
yeah,
For me, I get my kick with reading manga, about 7 to maybe
yeah.
15 pages, done in less than 7 minutes, and
Hmm.
I'm good.
No, I feel you on that 100% because I that's all I'm doing as well, right? Like other than the Fridays when I'm streaming, I'm just
Right.
reading the manhwas, mangas. There's even a couple that are sitting, in the pot, just building up chapters, trying to get it to several hundred chapters, so you got something to read for at least a week or two.
Yeah, I've actually run into the issue to where I need something new to read because, like, good stuff is not coming. Like, several of the good stuff that I like to read is over now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
dang, what am I going to read now?
No, I feel you. There's that's the bittersweet thing about those series that you really enjoy. Once it's
Yeah,
done, then there's that void, and you're just like, well, now I got to find something that's just as good, if not better. And it's like you're the quality you read can only ever go up, but you can never read stuff that's worse than the best thing you've ever read.
yeah, yeah. I just can't go back down. Mm-mm. Can't
No,
do it.
like, there's one that I was reading and I was keeping up with it and I did enjoy it. Maybe it's because of the machine translators, because obviously like the scanlation teams and all that stuff.
Gave up on it.
It's not that they gave up on it, but like they're doing it pro bono, right? Pretty much, other
Mhm.
than like donations and stuff. So it is hard
Yeah,
work.
it is.
Um, I forget the name of the manhwa, but it's the one where the guy's got all those magic powers or whatever. And it's a really bad explanation, but like monsters invaded and they fight like tournaments. It's one of the Chinese ones.
Mm.
Um, like I know it if I saw it, but I haven't read it in so long because like I just dropped off. One, the translations weren't that great. Um, Again, that's totally understandable. And then two, the story just it
All over the
started
place.
it started getting stagnant. It was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, it's not really moving anywhere. Like they'll go to a new place and it's kind of like the same problems but on a bigger scale, and it's not
Yeah.
like anything's really being resolved, but more so that they're just kind of moving from place to place, doing the same thing and picking up new powers and all the stuff. It's like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's all right for the first like 600 chapters, but you gotta like get something else going on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That reminds me of Soul Land or Dalo Dolo.
Yeah, yes, that's another series that was one that I was reading for a long time, and then I dropped. Like I think I got to three, the third part of the series or whatever,
Yeah.
before I finally dropped off, because I was like, there's so many fucking spin-offs on this thing, and they keep going forward and back in time, and then it's like, oh, well, we're focusing on this character's journey during while these guys were doing this, and it's like, damn, like it doesn't even make
Yeah.
sense at this point.
Yeah. It was like and the whole romance and the romances and stuff was just so weird. So weird. And it's like it was just I was just like, nah, I'm good. I'm done. I think it was like the third one.
Hmm.
where he was like roommates with the boy who was actually a girl and whatnot. And it was just like,
That's where I
yeah,
stopped off too. Yep. I
yeah,
stopped off after they found out that well, they revealed themselves to be a girl.
yeah.
But it was just like the MC is kind of dumb. Not enough to make it infuriating, but just enough. They're never strong enough to actually fight any enemies, so they're always getting whooped.
Yeah.
And then it's like the powers are just okay.
Okay, yeah. They are just okay. It was just, it got lame afterwards. Like the best Chinese one I've read was Pinshin G. Oh
Hmm.
man, that was good. That was how Bleach should have happened, really.
No, we can't hate on Bleach like that because they're going back to finish it up now.
They're going back
Um,
to finishing it up now and throwing spin-offs and stuff, but I was like, well, dude, maybe if you had just done it right the first time, you know, you wouldn't have this issue. Cause like I really don't care about Bleach anymore at all.
no, that's definitely understandable, man. That's understandable. Um, Marshall Peak is one that
Oh,
we've been keeping up on this entire time.
Marshall Peak, Apotheosis, Tales of Demons and Gods.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. That those are some good ones that the updates were a little bit iffy. A couple years ago with a lot of the writers either dropping what do you call it, the extra stories they were writing, or
Yeah,
it was they died. There's that. Um, but yeah, now that we know that those ones are good and they've been continuing on, the updates have actually been increasing for some of them.
yeah,
And we're looking at the conclusion or close to the conclusion of I think those three stories. So within the next year or two, we might have to start looking for replacements.
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna miss Marshall Peak and
Mhm.
Apotheosis because those two were good. Tales of Demons and Gods. I don't know what's gonna happen, but you know, may it continue.
I,
Okay, may
I
it
think
continue.
I think it's going to continue. I don't think there's any plans to have it end. So that'll be something that I'll be looking forward to. Like I remember when we got to the end of Feng Shenji.
Yeah,
That was something.
it was.
That was an ending though. That whole
Yeah,
that whole ride
yeah,
was emotional,
it
but
was.
it was a good story. That
It
was
was.
definitely a good story. I wish I could get what do you call it, paperback version of that series. I don't
Yeah,
know if
'cause that's worthy to be collected right there. I'll give you
yeah,
that. It's worthy to be collected.
like
And
I
you
don't know.
don't find too many Chinese ones that are the same level. You really don't.
It's hard to because like a lot of them are just it's machine made, right?
Yeah.
So they're just churning them out. But I'm pretty sure there should be like a handful of them that we might not have access to yet that are well written, and they might just need to have a proper relationship with a translator, so it's actually translated as closely to the original material, um, as closely translated from the original material to the English language,
Yeah.
because most of us are not going to take the time to learn the
Learn
local
Chinese
language.
Mandarin.
It would be
Right.
nice. It would be nice if we could, but realistically, like a lot of us are already like swamped with other personal projects and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but still, it's something to read. So I'm still grateful that they're still available. In due time, I think we will get better access to better translated content. Because I think a lot of the times the translations is what messes up the whole story, even if it's not the artwork. Like okay, the artwork you
Absolutely.
can, yeah, the artwork you can get you can like not worry about it. Oh, okay, you know, they'll fix their skills in due time, hopefully. But if the story doesn't sound right and you have to like retranslate in your head or write more of the story or make it up for yourself, that's a little bit more extra work than what I want to do for
It,
what
it,
stuff I'm trying to enjoy.
you're so right about that. So right. And it was like I didn't want to be like I'm trying to be careful about saying this. It was like that's a common problem with like the Chinese manhwa. It's like you got to have the right translation or the scanlation group doing it, or otherwise you're just going to get a whole hot mess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I think it would be proper to support those scan translation groups, you know, that are doing their best in like making the story coherent and whatnot. Like even if you just
Yeah,
drop $10 every like 3 months or something to them, like what you
yeah,
can spare, then that's all right. But you know, we have a lot of people that are just reading without donating, and then we want to also try and make legal channels for the authors and artists as well who are making these publications, because you know we want to actually see them get some profit too. But we totally understand that it gets fucking expensive when you're doing things overseas, and then you got to get it in paperback, blah blah blah, which is why Webtoons is a really good app to use.
it is. It is. Speaking of Webtoon, have you been reading Ordeal?
I have not touched anything on Ordeal at all because I'm waiting till it's really got some chapters built up. Like I don't want to like burn through like what is it, 120 chapters is it at, or
I think so. I
106?
haven't checked it. I had to
Give me a
look.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I usually if they're only a couple 100 chapters and under or so, I leave them for another
Yeah, I
year or so.
understand that because once you get 100 chapters and whatnot, then it's like, well, damn, what do I do now?
Exactly.
Yeah, but anything I have found some new stuff to be reading. Like I suggest, or if you're doing webtoons, I do suggest Ordeal because that is
Yeah.
the jam. That is so the jam right now.
Yeah,
Comes
and
with its own
especially since
soundtrack.
it's black centered too, right? Like
Oh yeah,
that's
the
a
guy
big
I
one
think
for us.
yeah the guy who draw it I think he's black. Brent Bristol, I think his name is. Shouts out to him.
All right.
He's done an amazing job. Like it comes with its own music. The plot is pretty decent. I mean, the main character is black. Hooray
Like
for that.
give us the plot. Like what is Ordeal about?
Ordeal is basically the story of this one guy named Che Hart. He's coming to terms with this. Like at first, he was just a regular human being. But then you figure out, oh wait, he's really a Kimio, and Kimios are basically that Ordeal's way of calling mutants. Kimios are
All right.
basically mutants. So
Okay.
like right now in his world, he's got to go through dealing with hostile Kimios while trying to protect the humans. But like not to spoil anything, it's going to take a turn real soon. It's going to take a turn real soon, and I just can't wait. I really can't. It's pretty good. The art is solid. Um, the story's decent. I like kind of like the powers and the other characters and everything. It's great.
That sounds pretty awesome, man.
Thank you,
No, definitely gonna
thank.
have to. Well, it is on the list, so I'm not even gonna say like I have to put it on the list. But I'm hoping that what do you call it? It's more than worth the wait by the
Yeah,
time I get the chance to or by the time I make the make the time to read it.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, because that's the one thing I don't like. It's like I'll read it, I'll be really attached to it, and I'll just be waiting for the chapters, and then my mind will just drop off of it. I'll hear that oh, there's a new chapters or whatever, and I just don't have the passion anymore to read it. And I don't like doing that to works of art, especially.
Yeah,
So I'll just leave them until there's a sizable amount, because then at that point I fulfill the craving. The craving stays, even though I know that there's no more material to consume, and then that way I can wait. I know that I'm waiting for a refill, and I know it's
yeah,
gonna be a while. So then I'm satiated.
yeah.
So,
Me, I'm different. I If I get a craving for it and it's a whole lot of chapters, I'll binge through it and catch up, and then I'll just go about my days waiting for that ruin day where it comes back out. Cause then I have my day. I've been looking forward to it. I have something to look forward to during the week and whatnot. Like
no,
every
that
Friday,
makes sense.
new Shonen Jump chapters.
Yeah. And speaking of chapters, looking forward to Mount. What is it? The Resurrection of Mount Wa.
Yes, yes. I saw like the last chapter and whatnot. Um, there. Have you got caught up yet or no?
Honestly, I don't even know what caught up would be. I think I read it last night or the night before. I know they're inside medicine,
Sword
whatever.
Graveyard.
The sword graveyard, yes, and everyone's
Yeah,
getting running into the traps. That stupid beggar pulled the red jewel out from the ceiling.
yeah.
It's like, why do you not listen? Just cause you see him doing some shit and then you're mad that he scammed you for 3 million.
Hmm.
It's like, but no, now we're really gonna see like what his top skills are, because we've only really seen him play around with his food at this point, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I did like how he beat that one guy from the saying. It was supposed to be the one of the top guys in the other clan that had the map, and he just mollywopped him. I was like, man.
Listen, he was strong as fuck before he got reincarnated. Like, so the fact that he was able to beat him at that level, look
Hmm.
at how he trained all the other students, right? All the other disciples. They're extremely strong at this point. So he
Yeah,
has to be at least above or several levels above that the disciple of was it the non I forget what mountain or what a sect they were from, but he'd have to be several times stronger than their top disciples in order to get the Mount Wad disciples to that level.
yeah, yeah.
So
Because I
that
was
is
thinking like I was thinking like the Seven Sea or this new sect. I think the Wulon, not Wulon. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's definitely stronger than a lot of like kids his supposed age.
yes.
So like, yeah, yeah. Another one I'm looking forward to: Infinite Leveling in Murum.
Yeah, I haven't read the latest chapter yet. I haven't read it yet.
Mm,
The last one I remember, it's been several weeks, so I actually haven't read many of the latest chapters. So the last one I read was, I think the lady, or the warrior of the area that they were in. This, I think it was the Southern Sect.
hmm.
So that's bow woman. She was about to shoot the other guy, that guy with the nose cut off, his nose cut off. So they were just about to gank them there.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's how far back I am. I know that Miyamoto is on his way somewhere. Because what do you call it? The Dan and the other young Phoenix fighters are basically catching his attention.
the young demons.
Yeah, the young demons. The young demons.
Well,
Man, he
I'm
got the
I'm
coolest one
caught up.
too.
I'm caught up, and Miyamoto is a beast.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I don't know how Dan Yun Songs is going to be able to
He
take him
just,
out,
yeah.
because he'll have to level up like a lot. He's going to have to really level up.
I'm gonna hate it if it just gonna he follows the plot. I'm really gonna hate it because that man's a serious. #1 champ right there. I was thinking it was Miyamoto Musashi, but nah, this guy's a fictional character and he's whooping everybody's tail.
Yep. Yep.
Like what he did to Namgoon. Oh man, man.
Yeah, and
He
and and Dan is just at Namgoon's level, if not slightly below it, like negligibly below, but at the same time. Like, so to be able to take that guy out,
mhm. Yeah, man is like he pretty much he killed one of them, their teammates. I
yeah,
can't remember. Yeah, I
I
can't remember which one, but he did kill one of their teammates.
I think it was the one with the other spear guy,
Other spirit guy.
like
The one with no teeth.
huh?
The one with the missing teeth.
No, not him.
Oh,
He's still around. It was like a very like small minor guy with like a ponytail or some shit. Or he shot arrows. He might have either done been a bowman or a spear, because I think he was taken out because Miyamoto was like, "You're dangerous" or some shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he shot a bow, but just give me a second. Well, actually, we can actually just take it out. Uh,
Okay, okay.
I think his name is Dae Pyong.
Apyeong. Oh, that archer guy. I
Yeah.
remember he was in the looking for the crystal cave and whatnot.
No, that was another. That's a different one.
No, no, that was the guy who was trying to who had shot at a Dan
Dan, yeah.
in the cave. I forgot he got murked. I was really expecting more from him.
Yeah, Dave Well, he can't. You can't expect more from him because fucking Dan Yun Sung stole the weapon, or the weapon and the jade that would have given him his abilities in Dan's other timeline.
Yeah, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I still kind of wanted him to be more around. I didn't want him to be like, dead.
Well, he dead as fuck now. They got to kill some of the students off, otherwise, like it's not gonna. It'll turn into a shonen, not the seinen that it is.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like some of these students gotta die.
Oh, and they're dying for real, for real.
Yep. Yep. It's tough.
I was like, when I was reading it, I was like, oh, what about the children? Oh,
Yeah,
children
what about
dying
the
left
children?
and right. What
They're
about?
old enough now. What are they in? They're like
Yeah,
nearly 20 or something, or are they in their 20s?
yeah, they are nearly 20. They're like 17, 18, 19,
Yeah,
whatnot.
they're old enough to die at war.
Yeah, back then you're 16, you're old enough to die for our country. Old enough to die for our country. That's crazy.
Absolutely wild.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the Breaker 3 to take off.
I think it's
Like,
taken off already.
I mean, yeah, yeah, it has because he's met Gumu Ryong, but it's not the same. How should I put it? Not the same intensity. Like when you're reading part one and part two, oh, you just couldn't wait for the next chapter because it was going to be good. But part three hasn't gotten there yet.
I don't know. I have to disagree with you on this one. I feel like
Okay.
part three has gotten there. It's just cooled down right now because Buddy there just got his power up. The main character just got his power up. He's found out he's a descendant of the immortal guy there.
Yeah.
So with that, he was just on the brink of death. Not even
Yeah.
like before he got that power up fighting Gumunryong.
Yeah.
So we had that intensity, like that we had that build up to the meeting, and then his own new disciple slash kid that he saved is learning his old master's martial arts.
Yeah.
That's a setup right there. So we've already got. I feel we've got the intensity of a season 2 and 1, but package is like condensed in these chapters because it's building up as a catalyst for
Yeah.
the season 3 explosion. Now that he's got his bloodline's powers, he understands why his body was the way it is. He has all the techniques that he's learned, and he might end up having to fight his own disciple because his disciple seems like a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, but he's not really a dumb. I mean, like, I can't really blame him for being a dumbass because, like, he's a normal person suddenly thrust upon the Moon world. And, like, part one, part two, the main character was the same type of dumbass.
No, part 1 and 2, he was less of a dumbass than his disciple because his disciple willingly ran off
Hmm.
with the people that kidnapped him and then decided to start learning their martial arts. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, 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 you're right.
Like, the kid
You're
has
right.
absolutely no self-preservation thoughts at all. No thoughts of self-preservation whatsoever. Oh, you kidnapped me. Well, let me just join your side then, I guess.
Yeah, that was real stupid.
Yeah,
That
he's
was real stupid. You
goofy.
reminded me
He's goofy.
straight up.
Oh. But yeah, so we're just about to start closing off the episode here. We didn't get a chance to talk about TFSAs or the RRSPs, which is totally fine because we can do that on another episode. Maybe that's when we can pull Matt on too, because he might have more information for the American side of things.
Yeah.
I can just get more information on the Canadian side since I'm in Canada here. And
If not, I'll look it up and we can go
no,
from there.
yeah, no worries. That's definitely something because like at the age that we're at, um, it's something that we
We got to
definitely
set up for
should.
the future. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely something we should have already been doing. Involved in, or we should be learning about right now. And a lot of people do start a little bit earlier with their financial health and knowledge, but it's never too late to start. That's what I believe, and it's something important that everyone should focus on as soon as possible, regardless of whether you start at 10 or you start at 50. Like you just when you realize you got to start, that's when you should start.
Yeah.
So, let me just see here. All right, yeah. So we're just gonna cap it off with, I guess, something that made you happy during the week. Well, it doesn't have to be this week. It can be last week or the week before. Just something that made us happy. To cap the episode off with a positive thought.
Um. Actually, I am happy that we was able to finally get this started, man. I'm actually happy that I was able to get this podcast off the ground and running. So yeah, that's what I'm happy about.
Ditto. I got to share the exact same sentiment. Sounds like it'll be a great first episode. There's definitely going to be many more to come. I don't really have a frequency as to how many episodes we'll record in a week, but it'll probably just be a weekly drop anyways,
Yeah.
regardless of how many episodes we do. But yeah, thanks for listening to our first podcast on the Indie Nerd Collective. There'll be many more to go, and we hope to see you along the journey. Take care.
Take care, guys.